Hi everyone, this is Migs from Sneaks and Ball PH, and today I'm with Carl. So, sup Carl? And
Migs?
today we will be doing our playoff predictions, and we'll start with the Western Conference. So exciting, and not to stall anymore. We'll start with Carl's predictions for the 8 versus the 1 seed. So Portland Trail Blazers versus Los Angeles Lakers. Who you got, Carl?
I got the Lakers in 6. Compared to many people will say that the Blazers could beat them, but it could be, especially with how they're playing. But overall, the Lakers do have two of the 3 best players in this matchup, and considering both of them are matchups that are going to be good matchups for Portland, I still have the Lakers going in 6. But if, let's say, LeBron and AD picks up the pace, this could go earlier, probably 5. But knowing Dame will probably get at least one in with how he's playing, at least one. But I have the Lakers in 6. How about you, Migs?
For me, I also have the Lakers in 6. And the reason is I think the Blazers will get at least 1 game at home. And I think the Blazers can steal game 1. Because I'm not sure how fast the Lakers can shake off that awful shooting. That awful shooting.
Yeah. That I agree on, because the Lakers have been awful. To say if awful is an understatement, that's at least what you describe how they've been offensively. Defensively, they're there. They're number 3 in the bubble rankings, but offensively, compared to what they were doing pre-lockdown, huge difference.
And of course, I don't agree with anyone who says the Blazers can beat them in the first round.
Oh yeah. LeBron
isn't losing in the first round ever. I'm calling it never.
Yeah, but if LeBron and AD get knocked out in the first round, we're gonna see a whole new Laker team in like 2 years when everyone is free agency.
Yeah. Although I am excited for LeBron and Melo, year 17.
17.
Although Melo can't guard Bron anymore. Well, he never really could, but even more.
Different.
All right, so we both agree on Lakers in 6. Then now quickly moving to the 2 and 7 matchup. So we have the LA Clippers versus the promising Dallas Mavericks. Who you got, Carl?
I got the Clippers in 5. I'm not hating on the Mavericks offense, especially their offensive ranking and their offensive rating in general. But against a team that likes to slow the game down, especially in a playoff situation with so many ISO scorers and Kawhi, Paul George, Lou Will, this is going to be a matchup that Luka is gonna get beaten up with. And even if Porzingis does step up, overall offensive firepower of the Clippers as well as their defensive firepower gets them above here. I do see the Mavs getting at least 1, especially first 2 games with Harold coming back. But nevertheless, I got the Clippers in 5.
Interesting. I was also thinking of Clippers in 5, but I think we could just have 1 blip game from Kristaps and 1 epic game from Luka. So I'm giving the Clippers 6 games.
I can see that happening.
And
it depends.
My love for Boban.
But this is not a good match for Boban.
Yeah, definitely not. But I think that the Mavericks are just so, how do you say that, unpolished defensively.
Yeah, very
insane.
Wrong.
It's insane. It's insane. So
their offense ranking during the season, they're number 1, right? They're all-time best. Mm-hmm. But their defensive ranking is their 18th. So considering the differences, that's a lot to cover up against one of the best offensive teams.
I think they are 1 or 2 defensive pieces away from really contending, but their offense, no problems with the offense. Just if you can't stop Kawhi and PG, you can see if you let PG get hot for the Clippers, it's over.
Yeah. One of those 2 guys.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Indeed. So I guess that's 2 that we both agree on. Maybe coming up, let's see, do we have any upsets? So 3-6 matchup. It's the 3 seed Denver Nuggets versus the 6 seed Utah Jazz. So who you got?
I got Denver in 6. Only thing why I got Denver in 6 is Gobert and Jokic is going to be a trade-off between great offensive big and a great defensive big. So it's going to be one of those give and take type of situations. With Utah already not having Bojan and then Conley leaving for the first 2 games of the series, a lot is going to be on Mitchell and probably Jordan Clarkson's plates to provide for everyone else. Meanwhile, Denver now has MPJ emerging, and then Jamal and Jokic are still there. So Denver in 6 for me.
I agree with Denver in 6 because for one, throughout the season, Denver just seems to have Utah's number for, it's just the matchups. It's just the matchups.
Yeah,
they've all been pretty close games, but every time Denver has been able to pull away.
Yep.
So I see where you're coming from, and I mostly agree. And it's just unfortunate for Utah because I really think that they could have, pushed it to 7 had Bojan been there and Conley been there. But, no shame. Denver's a really good team, and they're on the rise. So everyone in the West should watch out for Denver.
Especially with MPJ and Bol finally getting big minutes.
My man, Bol. Show the doubters, man. Show the doubters wrong.
They're going to be scary in like a year or 2. They're scary now, but they're scary.
So for all the Denver Nuggets fans, just wait. Your time will come. I can see it coming. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, especially with soon enough. You'll get your turn in the West.
This is pretty interesting. The next one and our last one for the Western Conference, the 4-5 matchup between the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
This one's going to be tough for me, but I got OKC in 7. The reason I got OKC in 7 is there's no particular timetable on Westbrook's return. If Westbrook was completely healthy, I would have had Houston in 6, but with Westbrook not being there, and he is their de facto big man in terms of scoring inside, I got OKC in 7.
I also have OKC, and I'm so sorry to everyone who loves James Harden, but this is not gonna look good on his resume if he loses in the first round. But I have OKC in 6, and it's just because they match up really well with the Rockets because they have 3-point guards that are really, really good.
Yeah.
So and of course you have CP, you have Schroeder, and then you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and his name has always been a mouthful. I can't get it correct all the time, but Shai.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
And he's the type of point guard you want if you want to do a 3-point guard set. Because remember when Phoenix always used to do the 3-point guard thing? They would play 3 small guards.
Yeah, this time
Shai is a really long, tall guard.
6 guard. Yeah, he's like a 2.
Yeah, but so if you're gonna play 3 points, that's definitely the way that I think you should go. If Houston wins, congrats to them, but I don't see it right now.
But also to piggyback on SGA's height and length, last year during the first round, during the Warriors-Clippers one, he had turns taking guarding Durant. So that speaks to the level of versatility he has, that he can guard 3 positions, and especially against Harden, and if Westbrook comes back healthy, you're going to have a lot of people to throw on both of them. You have Roberson come back, you have Lugens Dort, who's been pretty good for them this year. Then you're going to have SGA, and of course, down the stretch, Chris Paul will always have his dog in him to just guard one of those 2 guys down the stretch.
He still got it. Everyone was counting him out. Still got it.
He's proof. He got it.
All right, so just to recap, we pretty much agree on everything, just a matter of the games. So, what's the prize, man? What's the prize if we get it right?
You make the call, bro.
All right. So, whoever has the most accurate.
Okay, we can talk about it.
The other one treats them to burgers.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Nice. So everyone in the comment section, if you agree or disagree, just sound off. Because we could always be wrong, or we could be very right.
This is the playoffs. Anything can happen.